Prime Minister Moses Nagamutu earlier today visited the quarantine area to address the illegal smuggling of shrimp from Suriname to Guyana. Shanice Beckles has the details.
Members of the Upper Quarantine Aquaculture Association and vendors of imported Suriname shrimps earlier today gathered at the office of the Prime Minister in Port Morant Quarantine for an audience with Honorable Moses Nagamutu to address the illegal smuggling of shrimps from Suriname to Guyana. The Prime Minister's visit was as a result of a protest staged by the Aquaculture Association against the illegal smuggling of shrimps from Suriname to Guyana, to which the vendors of the illegal imported shrimps staged a counter-protest in retaliation. Secretary of the Aquaculture Association, Mr. Sudat Persad, raised his concerns on the matter.
Once you allow, shrimps to come illegally and tilapia, then you are allowing narcotics, kyle and chicken and whiskey and guns and all these things to come. So our concern is not basically only shrimps, because we have been informing GRA of all the proceedings that we saw up in the quarantine. And then we have counterparts in Suriname that does give us information in relation to these things. Now let's look at a farm with 15 acres. They produce a bucket shrimps per day, or 2 buckets. When you have to pay $6,000 to catch it, and then somebody got to sell it. And when you go in the market, you have to face competition. It doesn't really pay.
Importer of Suriname shrimps, Mr. Rajendra Roberts, expressed his willingness to import shrimps legally.
It has been collected and we are paying duty for it. But my problem I have that I want to bring the shrimps and pay the duty with costs that come and free, nobody go around with police, no customer. But as one guy here said, chicken, allow you to pay duty for the chicken, some are small. But why are not allowing no shrimps to come and pay the duty? And everybody became conscious. As when he said that the fish ponds and then the can't afford the shrimps, I agree with it. Right? But the tax I pay for a day, I get that PG market, so I get like $20,000.
After taking into consideration the concerns of both the association and the vendors, Mr. Nagamutu made these remarks.
Minister of Agriculture, why did I speak with him? I wrote him. I didn't only talk to the minister. Before that, I made sure I put it in writing that I want him to come up to Berbice, and I'm coming up with him when he's coming to investigate what is happening with the shrimp and the other crabs, etc. business. Now, he told me that shrimp would be allowed into Guyana, even though we are CARICOM and we are friendly. We are not banning Suriname from doing business with Guyana. But the shrimp must be subject to standards from the Foods and Drugs Agency. They have to test the shrimp to make sure that the shrimp meets the standard for human consumption. It is safe for people to use. If you want to bring them in Guyana, they must be subjected to examination. Every person bringing in must be licensed, must produce a license to deal with shrimp and fish. They must be certified and they have to go through the test. The product must go through test every time it lands in Guyana. So it will need a coordination within the fisheries section of the Ministry of Agriculture and the Food and Drugs Department to monitor the importation of shrimps. And they can only come in at authorized port. Authorized port. If it's Molson Creek, it is Molson Creek. You come in there and the people have to declare their shrimp, and then you have GRA coming in. So I have not spoken to GRA. I asked the Minister of Agriculture to speak with GRA because I want GRA to come back with me to Berbice Okay, this is only the first visit. If I have time, I want to come with them as well. We have to find a solution to this matter.
He elaborated.
There isn't enough shrimp to satisfy the demand right now. And therefore, the farmers will either have to produce more shrimp to meet the local and foreign demand, and also to lower the price to make it affordable, or else they will always go and seek the cheaper shrimp, even though it is a little more risky. Okay, some of you already you're willing to pay the duty when it lands here. That's fine. If it lands here, fine, that's one part. But the duty is not all. The question is it safe? Alright? So we're going to have to get guarantee from Suriname that this thing, when it leaves there, it is wholesome for consumption. And I will take up this matter. As I said before, you didn't do anything wrong. By picketing here, you didn't do anything wrong. You got to continue. You got to continue to fight for what you want. Because nobody's going to hear you if your voices are not heard. So continue to not to be disrespectful, but if you didn't do what you did, I wouldn't be here. Okay? So I'm going to take up what you said.
Also present at the meeting was Mistress Sita Nagamutu. Shinice Beckles reporting for Channel 8 News.